Cam Newton was up throwing at Auburn's Pro Day yesterday, and guess what? All 32 NFL teams in attendance. Cam's younger brother, Kalen, is a receiver at Auburn. He talked to reporters telling them, quote, "Honestly, this was Cam showing love to me. He doesn't owe anybody anything. He's had an amazing journey, an amazing career in the NFL. He has nothing to prove to anybody. This was just to show love to his little brother and to share this moment with me." Pretty sweet, huh? Shannon, what do you think Cam accomplished yesterday?
Well, he said he was healthy. His brother said he was healthy. I didn't really see a whole lot of it. Just saw clips, kind of like what we were showing. I think his brother was really excited that Big Brother came down and threw him passes in front of the scouts and things of that nature. But we're going to need to ask the people that were in attendance that's going to make the decisions whether or not to bring Cam Newton in, Skip, and give him an opportunity. How did he look to them?
Yep.
Did they notice any difference between 2020, 2021? Cam said he was hurt. Cam said he had surgery in the offseason, going in, learning a new system, getting there half the season. And so we'll just have to see what they thought of the way he threw the ball yesterday. I think for me is that, I don't have a problem if someone gives Cam an opportunity.
Yep.
But I just want people to understand this notion that Cam is owed something based on what he was. That's where I part with anybody. Because this is an update. What I say, Skip, you update your resume. You don't get to live on what you did in 2015, 14, 13, and here we are in 2023. But you say, oh, you remember? Yeah, we remember. But that was long ago. So if he gets an opportunity, he can go out there and show people. I got no problem with that whatsoever. But this notion that Cam was great his last few years in Carolina, or he was great when he was in New England, or he was happy when he went to Carolina. No, that's just not true. Okay. And if he can make a comeback, I got no problem. And I'll be happy to sit up here and say, man, Cam looked unbelievable yesterday. They won that game because of Cam.
Gotcha. Now, back to Kalen, his younger brother. Mm-hmm. Kalen played at Auburn for 2 years before transferring to William and Mary.
Right.
But he went back to Auburn yesterday for Pro Day, and it was Kalen who said that he brought up the idea to Cam, why don't you come with me? And this is Kalen's quote. His reaction was mouth open, shocked. And this is still Kalen talking. I asked him, I was like, man, let's do something that hasn't been done before. Let's do things the right way. Let's cap off our Auburn journey. He graduated from here. I graduated from here. It's nothing like being back and sharing this moment with him. Right. That's cool. I'm really good with that.
Absolutely.
So was this all about Kalen? Was this about Cam showing up to attract even more attention to his younger brother and the other Auburn receivers to whom he threw passes?
Right.
Maybe, but Kalen also made the point that Cam did want to display there was a representative from all 32 teams, display that he's still in business and that he's still open for business and that he can still throw the ball at the highest level that he ever threw it at. Okay, I got that. So was it the proverbial killing two birds with one throw? Okay, well maybe so. But this was interesting to me. Now we get to the why of it, or the sort of the framework of how you went about this. And it was interesting to me that before I think it was before he threw at Pro Day, he tweeted back at you because you had made the point yesterday, your opening salvo was about his hype video that he posted, and he was saying these randoms out there, 32, I'm better than the randoms who are getting jobs. I'm better than 32. Did he say all 32? Whatever it was.
He said there's not 32.
There's not 32. Better than me. There you go. So he tweets back at you, and it was a very respectful tweet. It wasn't a take issue. He said, point taken, Shannon. I am not denying some facts that you brought up, Unc. Very valid, but if you give me a full offseason to learn what I am supposed to do with a stable franchise, I promise you I will prove I'm no random, sir. Very respectful, but digging in, saying, just give me a full offseason. Okay, back to the point I made yesterday. If you wanted a full offseason, you have to strike while the iron is hot right after the Super Bowl. Some point, very soon after the Super Bowl, you need to make it clear that you want to play this coming year. Because if you want a full offseason with somebody, you can't wait until late March to go to Auburn's Pro Day because it's too late.
Right.
the dominoes are falling. The musical chairs are stopping because all those randoms have signed.
Right.
And teams have committed to randoms, quote unquote. Teams have committed to the draft. I'm going to take Bryce Young. No, I think I might take C.J. Stroud or Will Levis or Anthony Richardson. I'll take one of them. Maybe there's somebody down the line that people are laying in wait for, where they say there's another quarterback in the third round. We think he could be our guy.
Right.
Okay? It's too late in the process for this to suddenly, he didn't announce he was going to be at the Auburn Pro Day until the night before.
Right.
Well, if teams had, I just read where at the C.J. Stroud Pro Day, which I think is today, that Carolina is sending 11 people from its staff. 11 people? Okay. But it's because they're leaning in that direction, and they want the full staff, including the owner and I believe his wife, to go and get a firsthand look. How does he handle himself? Let's take him to dinner afterwards. Let's chat with him. Let's see inside him. Let's talk to people around him. Okay, that's how you do it. Well, it takes time, and you have to give people a heads up. Where the 32 reps who went to the Auburn Pro Day, I don't think Auburn's loaded with NFL talent.
I don't think so either.
Okay, so it wasn't like teams are really going to send the top people to the Auburn Pro Day. They're just probably down the line scouts who went to just record what happens, right?
Yeah, Skip, and he says, well, give me an offseason with a stable franchise.
All right.
Okay, in 2016, were you healthy? 2017, were you healthy?
Yeah.
2018, were you healthy? Now, I mean, I understand that I don't know how much he knew what was going on upstairs with Mr. Richardson at the time. I don't know, Skip. Maybe he knew, maybe he didn't know.
Okay.
But I don't think people thought that there was instability.
No, it was viewed as a stable franchise with a stable head coach.
Right, with Ron Rivera.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. You had off-season surgery, I think, after the 2019 season, leading into 2020, and which caused you to, okay, I get that. But this notion that people are trying to say, well, Cam played really great and he just fell out of the league is just not true. Okay, if you want to say some of it was injury-related, I got no problem with that. But let's not pretend like he had a Patrick Mahomes season or a Joe Burrow season, and then teams like, no, we done with Cam.
Yeah.
That just wasn't the case. And that's all I'm trying to say. And plus, the fact is, okay, Cooper Rush was perfectly fine. I think he got $2.5, $3 million. You gonna be okay with that? Because we see Odell saying $4 million is not enough.
Yeah.
So nobody's bringing you in at $25, $30 million and saying, okay, Cam, here's the starting job. So what's the entry point for you? How much are you willing to take as far as monetarily? And then what are your expectations? Because clearly, Skip, it seems like teams kind of have their guy or they're about to get their guy.
That's correct. Okay. So quick backstory to this. As you were aware, back in, I don't know, October maybe it was, through back channels, I was made aware that Cam might be interested in coming on Undisputed. And I said, great. Come on in. We were going to make sure he came out here and sat right here. And I said, we could have you for the whole show. We could talk about your future in the NFL, which he was interested in regaining at that point. And we could just do football topics all day because he's got a huge, great personality. And I'm pretty sure he could do what we do, right? I'm pretty sure he'd be pretty great at it. Never know, but until you get out here and the lights are on. But the point is, I was looking forward to that. At the last second, he said he had some family issues he had to clean up and clear up, or some family business. I don't know what it was. One thing led to another, and it didn't work. But my point is, that's another way to do it, because now you put the word out. Now the NFL's looking around like, oh, wait a second. Oh, you're still interested in playing? He's only 33. It's not like he's 45 like Brady. He's 33, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that would be another way to re-enter the correct way. This was just haphazard, and it was a little late in the game. The game's about to finish here.
I think the thing is, Skip, it's not like Cam was ever fundamentally sound with mechanics. Okay, if you're injured and you're not fundamentally sound with mechanics, the ball's going to be all over the place. The ball's going to be skipped. The ball's going to be sailing. The ball's going to be wide left, wide right. So there might be some truth to that, because there are some passes that I feel like, well, damn, You're an NFL quarterback and you doing that with the football?
Okay, but I agree with that. But he won the MVP, and you got to be pretty accurate to win the MVP.
Yeah, but Skip, that was in 2015. You got to update your resume.
You got to update. But listen, what he did at Blinn Junior College, what he did at Auburn, and then what he did for those Carolina Panthers, he put them on his broad shoulders and said, I will carry. I know their defense was really good, and that middle linebacker was really good.
Yeah, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame one day.
You got it, Kuechly. And yet, he got them to, again, Von Miller took over the Super Bowl, but Cam lifted them into the Super Bowl. So his intangibles are high to me.
Yes.
So he's got a big package, but he got beat up. He, quote unquote, died for their cause. And yet, would I like to see him get a shot?
Sure.
Now we're back to the age-old issue with Cam Newton. He was not born to be a backup quarterback.
No. That's not a role for everybody. That's not a role for everybody, Skip.
He's not Cooper Rush.
No.
He's just not. I'm sorry. He's not Josh McCown.
What about Geno? Skip, Geno basically has been a career backup.
He has.
He started for a few years, but for the last probably 6 years, 7 years, he's been a backup.
Yeah.
You think Cam going to sit for like 3 years before he get ready to get another opportunity?
Yeah.
No.
He has indicated he would be open to being a backup. Shannon, you and I know it would last like 2 weeks, and he'd say, come on, man.
Because guess what? I'm better than that random.
He just know. He would just say it, and it's just hard for him to live with it, and I don't blame him.
Right.
Okay.
Yep, I hope he's healthy. I hope he's healthy, and he gets the opportunity so we can see either he can or he can't. Because right now there's too much speculation. Cam needs an opportunity. Some think he can play. Some think, well, he might can play, but how well can he play? If he's healthy, which he's indicated he is, his brother's indicated that he's healthy.
Yep.
Hopefully someone gives him an opportunity, bring him in. Maybe he has to go throw. And I know, Skip, sometimes once you reach a certain level, why I got to come in and interview for a job? Skip, if you've been a CEO of a company and all of a sudden somebody wants you to come in, like, hold on, I've been a CEO. Why I got to come interview? Because you hadn't been a CEO here. You hadn't been anything for this job. Well, Cam, you never played football for this team. You never played for this head coach. You never had to sit down with this general manager. So there might be some things that normally he wouldn't have to do that he'll have to do, like come in and actually throw.
As he said, point taken.
It'll be interesting to see, guys. I never underestimate what we might see out of Cam Newton. All right, Skip, I know this one hurt a little bit last night. Do you think the Clippers just saw their title hopes slip away last night? Nasty injury to Paul George. Let's dive in and unpack this one on the other side of this break.